Hi guys, welcome to VaneAlrightPodcast, episode 2. My name is Vanealright, and with my special guest here is
Dahlia,
Rosie,
and Alexa.
We're going to be playing a little game called Truth or Drink. So if they don't want to answer the questions, that is completely fine, but they're going to have to drink. And disclaimer, everybody in this video is 21 and up, so no illegal activities here. Anyways, this podcast is sponsored by Airbnb, Nash Hidden Oasis, Red Rose Hype Shop, Oya Media Nashville, Gabriel's Photography. So yeah, let's just get this video started. So, first question, who's your favorite ex?
For ex, I generally didn't ever really date a lot of people, so I really don't have a favorite ex. I'm sorry.
Okay.
well, I deadass only have one ex, and I can't even call him my favorite, so I guess I have no favorites.
Why can't you call him your favorite?
Well, I think I need more experience.
Okay, that's fine.
For me, I have to drink. So.
Okay, all right. She's drinking. If you can go back and change something with a specific person, who would it be in your past?
Generally, I would have said my sister, but only because I feel like we never had a good bond before she passed away. But that would literally be the only thing I would have changed about. I feel like everything happened for a certain reason in my life.
Yeah.
So the people that I met and the people that I had interactions with, they were meant to be.
Yeah.
So the only one I would change, would be the ones that I no longer have, and she's not present here no more. So I would have definitely changed our bond and made it a little stronger.
Okay.
I feel like I've done everything okay so far, so I'm not really.
So you don't have regrets or anything?
No.
For me, I feel like my mom, because I know younger, I used to lie a lot and hide a lot of stuff from her.
Yeah.
No, everybody
Yeah,
knows.
we know this.
Everybody knows.
We've experienced it.
Yeah.
We've all been
So
there.
I feel like that's one bond I would change for sure. Because, simply now I have a good relationship with her. But I know she would have trusted me more now. And
Yeah.
that's one bond
that's
I would
valid.
change for sure. Yeah.
That comes with growing up.
Yeah.
Have you ever cheated in a relationship?
No. I've
And
never
cheating
cheated.
means physically, mentally, with text,
Emotionally,
anything. Yeah.
all of that. Never. I've never cheated, and I don't know. I think it just also comes with character,
Right.
But,
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to follow up on what Dahlia said, I agree with the character. I have never cheated. I feel like it really does come with like someone's value and what someone like sees in like a person and how you think of a person as well.
Yeah.
And like it's just not worth cheating in my
Yeah.
opinion. Just might as well just break
leave
up.
them.
I never cheated. It's not in me. I wouldn't even think about cheating in the first place. So same thing.
So far, so good. All right. What's your body count?
2.
2. Okay. Rosie, you can drink, remember.
It's like
It's
4.
It's like 4. Okay.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah,
mine's
we'll say
4.
4.
All right. Cool. Respect to y'all for answering. Have you ever lied to your partner on where you guys were going out? Like, let's say, like, they were asking, hey, like, are you going to go out tonight or are you going to go out today? And you guys lied about it, but really y'all did go out?
I don't even go out a lot, honestly. So as far as being where I am, I'm always at where I need to be at.
Right.
Because, I mean, really, it's not even about like, oh, yeah, you got my location, you can check where I'm at. It's more of like, I mean, if I'm going to go somewhere, I'm going to go somewhere. I'm grown enough to go somewhere.
Yeah.
You can respect that or you can't. I mean, I'm not going to do anything on my end that's going to make you look bad unless I don't respect you, you know?
Yes, respect to
So,
that.
it's respect.
Well, I haven't had many partners. I feel like I really don't have a need or have I lied because there's no need to lie. If you trust me, you trust me. And if you don't, then oh well, get the fuck out. You know
So
what
you've
I'm saying?
never lied to wherever you
No,
were?
because there's no point.
For me, I've never lied either.
It's just,
Yeah.
you go what you
Never lied about where I'm at.
Okay. So when you're in a relationship, who's usually the toxic one? And be 100% honest. Who's usually the toxic one in the relationship, you or your boyfriend?
To be completely honest with you, we're both not toxic. But if it's ever come to like the point where anything
Who's
in the
more
past,
stubborn or anything?
stubborn, my boyfriend's definitely more stubborn. But it depends on what scenario we're in. Sometimes if it's something that's like I'm iffy about, I'm kind of like skeptic, and I'll be like, okay, that doesn't sound right, maybe. But I'm never really like on top of him about anything. Everything we really do a lot of things together, so it's not like
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we're best friends in a way, so
That's
we
cute.
tell each other everything.
Period. That's so cute. I don't say the same thing.
What?
I'm just kidding. Well, I feel like, what's it called? Back then, I would obviously said like, oh, well, I'm not the toxic, blah, blah. But I do feel like now, as a new like generation and like social media being a big thing, I feel like it's really hard to like not truly like trust someone, I guess you would
I
say,
know,
or like
it's fucked
truly
up. The
understand.
social media has fucked up our heads.
It really has. So I feel like now as like a new, not necessarily a new person, but I feel like I do tend to feel like I'm like, oh, I don't believe you, or I'll pick up things, some like a new fire or something, be like, oh, what was this or what was that, or
So
stuff
you have
like
trust
that.
issues.
Hell yeah,
But
I do believe that 100%. But back then I would say no, and like now as now in this age, I feel like I would like to say I'm not toxic, but I feel like it's easy for me to question and be like,
Right.
what's up with this? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
what is
But
that?
like,
Which is valid, which is reasonable, because I understand.
because it's really hard to find like genuine
somebody
people.
who's healthy and someone who's trustworthy.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
You don't really know a person till you're the
Exactly,
person.
and like you can't really know them because like you have to know them first before you get into the relationship.
Yeah.
And in the relationship, that's when you're getting to know them too. So like you never really know. It's like a hit or miss vibe.
Right,
So
yeah.
yeah.
All right, so Alexa.
Me personally, I know I'm toxic.
Oh,
I know
okay.
I'm toxic, knowing what I experienced. And sometimes my homegirls, they be telling me stuff. I can't trust people. I can't
Yeah, I
trust. It's just
understand.
things. And
But
I
you
don't
also
know.
gotta earn trust though too.
No, yeah, for sure. But it's hard.
It doesn't just come easily.
No,
Yeah,
yeah. But it's for
Very
me in my
understandable.
situations, it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So, when was your last night stand? Well, your last one night stand.
I genuinely speaking, I've never had a one night stand unless I was like, I've always been in a relationship with somebody.
Right.
So I've only ever been with the people I've been in a relationship with. Hence why I said I have two bodies. I only have one other person I was with prior to my boyfriend now. So the only person I sleep with now is my
Period.
boyfriend. Yeah,
Right.
Like I
Okay.
don't sleep with anybody else.
Rosie.
Mine can be a long story. I'm just kidding. Okay, to keep it short and simple, this was like 2022.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I had just came to visit one of my homegirls, and we went to like a little like speakeasy bar vibes.
Interesting.
But basically, long story short, my homegirl was friends with one of the guys that was like performing or whatever.
Oh, he was The Weeknd? He's famous? No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, he was like the weekend off break.
Oh, okay.
The weekday, bitch.
The weekday. The weekday.
No, literally. Yeah, and like we just got to talking, and then you know we went back to my homegirl's penthouse and stuff like that, and we just had a vibe, and it just happened. So
All right.
yeah,
That's nice. That's nice.
I don't think I ever had a one night stand. Yeah.
Okay. So you've never had one?
Like a one night stand?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no.
So, what's the fastest a guy has ever finished in bed with you?
Ooh.
I don't know. I really,
oh my god,
honestly, I don't know. Like,
I just remembered one.
You don't know?
I don't know. I wouldn't say, like, at least not in my relationship now, that doesn't happen.
I guess to like name a specific time frame or whatever, maybe like a minute or two.
A minute?
That's
Okay,
good.
what about you,
Swag.
Alexa?
I'm not gonna answer it.
Okay. She's drinking, guys.
She doesn't want to embarrass anybody.
Okay. So, have you ever stalked your man without him knowing? Ever?
Like in person or?
Like, either on foot in the car, like you know where he's at, and you go stalk him, like you go see where he's at.
No. I mean, I definitely do check his location. Like, we have each other's location, but not in a weird way.
Like safety reasons, yeah.
Yeah, safety reasons. Like, hey, 20 minutes ago, you told me you just got here, but I want to make sure, you know, you're okay. And you
Yeah.
said you're going from point A to point B. I hope you're fine and that you made it there safely. But in terms of, like, me pulling up and, like, looking crazy, I've never done that.
Okay.
So,
Rosie.
No, I don't stalk. That's not my vibe. I just feel like whatever. If you want to lie, you can lie, but I don't care.
yeah.
You don't got time for that.
You're going to find
Me, on the other hand, I feel like my last real relationship, I did.
Oof, oof, oof.
Give an example. I want to hear an example.
That's
An
fine. Yeah,
example
give an
is
example. For
crazy.
example.
Come on, don't be shy.
For example.
Tell him about that Halloween. Not Halloween, Christmas.
Ooh, Christmas is crazy.
What happened on Christmas?
Okay, so Christmas, let me tell y'all something.
Okay. Set the tone.
All right, guys, you think I might be crazy, but I'm really not, guys.
A guy makes a girl crazy. Sorry.
True.
A guy always makes a
That's
girl
definitely
crazy.
true.
So to keep the story short, pulled up to his house. He did not text me the entire day.
What did you do? Knock? No, just
No,
kidding.
I picked through.
Christmas
I
Eve
picked-
or
I
Christmas
picked
Day?
through. No, Christmas Day. I think it was Christmas or New Year's.
It was Christmas.
It was Christmas, yeah. I think it was Christmas. He was not texting me the entire day, and I had a feeling he was with another girl. And that certain girl, you know.
Yeah, would be getting off.
She was
She a little
for that.
something.
Yeah, she was a little something.
She was known for that.
And basically, I was looking through his window and I saw her pulling down her little skirt, her little.
That's the worst. I would have grabbed a rock and threw it at his window.
Yeah.
Make sure it aimed at his head.
What the
So you know what I did? So I guess they were heading towards the door, and I was right there in front of their door, kind of near their door, and I saw her walk out, and that's when I confronted him because
What was she doing?
what was she?
She was playing
with him.
innocent.
She was
Outside?
Playing innocent.
She was playing innocent.
She was playing innocent. She was saying that I wasn't doing anything with him. Da da da.
Like
I
she
don't know
didn't
if
just
she
see
did
her
or
pull her
not.
skirt down.
Pull her skirt down. Exactly. But basically, yeah, that was the only time I really stalked. And
But did
First
he know
to
that?
last,
He knew
no
that. Oh
more.
yeah, you ended up confronting him right
I
after,
ended
right?
up confronting him, and it was a whole big thing. But
yeah.
yeah,
But that's dead.
Wow.
that's dead. Yeah.
I feel like I've never heard that. Holy shit. Wow.
Damn.
She didn't tell you that story after.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
so
we gotta get to talking.
have you ever been in a relationship while still being in love with someone else?
No.
So you fully over that person after you got with that
Yeah.
person?
So prior to my relationship now, I was with this guy for like since middle school, but with that came like a lot of anger and resentment towards the end of the relationship. So
You
part
had
of
to
me I
heal.
had already detached. Like
Okay.
that was like done. And like I felt like on his end it wasn't. So it was always that like constant wanting to like start some new stuff up. And I'm like, that's dead to me, you know. So once that's
Damn.
done and that door is closed, I was
Period.
just like, I wasn't ever really looking for anything specifically. So like when my boyfriend now, like we were always friends in high school. So when we got together, it was kind of like we were definitely friends before we became anything else. So it wasn't even like I wasn't even open to a new relationship at the time. It just kind of happened.
Came naturally,
And
yeah.
it came naturally, and that's how our bond came about, because we were friends before. We dated, and I had already let go of everything that I had prior. So
That's good.
it was done.
You?
No.
You haven't been in a relationship with someone while being in love with someone else?
No.
Okay.
No.
Period.
So I was also in a long-term relationship with somebody, and right after that somebody, I did talk to somebody, I guess.
Like right after? Yeah.
Right after. Wasn't really anything serious, but I did think about that person a lot. But
So you weren't fully over them?
I wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a time period where you know.
I was also saying that, like, I think it has to do a lot with how the situation ended too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it just kind of builds your character afterwards. So
Also,
you
with toxic
kinda-
cycles, it's very hard to get out of that. Like, because I know your situation. I know, like, everybody's
Yeah.
situation. It's not easy to get out of a toxic cycle. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, like you bounce back and then you talk to other people and bounce.
and there's a lot of questions that you have that are not answered, where you're just like thinking about, and you're just like, damn, like
the closure.
yeah, the closure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a big thing where I feel like that's impacted a lot in the relationship, where you can't really fully get over that person.
Yeah.
You know.
But sometimes not having that closure, I wouldn't say I ever had that closure at the end of my relationship. It was really messy. But once it's like done, you're just kind of like, I'm kind of thankful it ended the way it did, because it built my character.
Yeah.
So you're like, maybe closure wasn't what I needed. Like I just needed to heal on my own and be alone, and then you just kind of figure it out from there. So it's kind of like,
Have you ever no-collared ID someone?
yes, yes, but not in that crazy way that you're thinking. I want to say it wasn't last Halloween. It wasn't last Christmas. The one before, we just had like that little stupid drinking game that'd be like just no caller ID people, and like the little drinking. Yeah, it was like a game, but like willingly.
Was that at Layla's house?
Yeah, it was Layla's house. But willingly, I don't think I've ever like just maybe like messing around, joking around, but it was never like, oh yeah, like I want to call you on some toxic, crazy stuff. Because I mean, I'm kind of like a no shame type of person. If I want to call you, I'm gonna call you.
Period. Me personally, no. I'm too paranoid that my phone number will pop up. Imagine if this is my 615, you know what I'm saying?
There's some apps. I have the app that it shows
it tells you
no caller ID.
no.
If somebody of no caller ID like calls me, it'll show me who it is. You know.
Shut up. A girl, you have to tell me what this app is because
called
I've been
Trap
getting
Call.
a few too many no
Trap Call's
caller
crazy.
IDs.
It shows the whole entire name. Rosie, it shows the whole entire name. Like whoever the phone is like under.
Like linked to whatever.
Yeah, Vanessa or whatever.
I'm gonna have to get someone's address popping.
Yeah.
For a prescription of $5.99
I think it tells you the location too.
The location.
Like for example, let's say it was like Laverne or Nashville. It won't tell you the actual location, just like the
area.
And that's for premium setting only, $5.99 extra.
$99.
Sponsored
Go
by.
get it.
Sponsored by.
Please.
For me, only once actually. So yeah, once.
Once.
Who was that with?
Can't say.
She's like, I'm gonna drink.
I'm a drink actually.
Yeah, how long ago was that?
Recently.
Yesterday.
Actually.
No, just kidding.
Today.
I know.
We know who that was.
I'm kidding.
Okay. When you talk to a guy, have you ever went like full on investigation mode and like looked up their family on Facebook? Their siblings, their family, everything.
Yes, I think that's a girl thing though.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry. I know, like, I'm not gonna lie and say I've never done that. I've literally, like, my boyfriend now, and he's definitely gonna see this. I literally lurked through everything. I was like, who is this? Like, how is this person related?
You're just curious.
I put the connection and I did it together, but I didn't do it in a weird way. I was just like, who am I gonna meet? Like, who could I possibly potentially get to know later? Oh, yep, that's your
And then
aunt.
when you
How
do
did
see
you know
that?
that?
Oh yeah.
How
Like,
did you know that?
I don't know.
That just popped up on my suggestion.
They came out of the blue. Okay.
Yeah.
You?
Me personally, I feel like I've never really stalked because I just never really like, not necessarily knew how to, but I was just like, didn't really know how until I met Alexa. I'm not gonna lie. Not to put you on the spot.
No, it's
Alexa,
okay.
she's good at this.
Inspired me.
Yeah.
Good at
Jeez, oh my gosh. She be telling me, you gotta look at blah, 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 blah.
She's FBI.
And
FBI
in fact,
mode.
I feel like I
Hire her,
recently
please.
did that. Yeah. FBI, private
watching this,
investigator, get my
hire
homegirl
her.
Alexa right now.
I'm surprised she's not the criminal justice major over here.
No, for real.
She been watching too many crime shows. I'm just kidding. Not
Me
real.
personally, I stalk. I do. I stalk every fucking platform.
And she would have stalked for
if
her
you think
friends.
she ain't gonna find it,
She'll do it
I'm
for
gonna
us.
find out. Just to let y'all
Period.
know, I'm gonna find out.
Yeah.
Guys,
We'll
in
find
high
out.
school, this girl would find literally anything. I could be like in a whole, like, this person could be on the whole other side of the country, and this girl was like,
You just gotta send her a picture. I swear.
send her a
she'll know.
picture of
swear,
the back
bro.
of someone's head. She would
If
find
you
out who
don't
it
know this guy's family fucking last name, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna search that bitch up.
Hey, she gonna know and she gonna find
I'm
out.
gonna find out.
last
That's
name
one
or
thing.
no name,
Whether they
she's
have
gonna
Facebook
know.
or not. Okay?
Right. I'm gonna find your
find
mom,
some
your dad,
form.
your brothers.
Have you ever had any sexual intercourse in public?
I definitely have, but I think it wasn't anything like where, oh yeah, this is like
nothing
the most
crazy. It wasn't
obvious
nothing
thing.
crazy,
Yeah,
yeah.
no.
Mine was crazy.
But I think that's definitely like prior, like when you don't have like, it wasn't no like get a room. What room? You're going to the park. Oh
The
my
school
god.
zone? Oh god, no.
No,
There is other parks without schools. I forgot.
I feel like no, actually, I haven't really been that adventurous or crazy yet.
period.
Okay. Okay, because the car does still count. Like being
it count?
outside somewhere. You know how like you're in the car
That's
and like,
public. If
like-
a call or if an officer
Yeah, yeah,
pulls
yeah.
up, that's like
you can get in trouble.
Well,
you're in trouble, yeah.
I guess at a park.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, probably for sure.
All right. All right. Well, guess what? We're done with that. So now let's get on to the real topics.
Oh,
okay.
period.
Okay. All right. And does someone's past matter? Yes or no? And if it is yes, why? And if it is no, then why not?
I feel like in some instances, yes. If it's like more towards like, all right, well, you used to do like all this crazy stuff in the past, and like you're a different person now. Like I feel like that's what matters to me the most. Like if you're like, I know a certain amount of stuff based off your old past, and I'm like, okay, well, like nothing about your character has changed. Why would I want to be with you? That to me is what matters. Like if you're still applying the same old behaviors upon me, like why entertain that? You know, like
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
rather you be a changed person. Like the aspect of like, all right, you you fucked up. Everybody in life fucks up, but like
you have to grow.
What matters to me is if you matured and you became a better person. As far as like, let's say, I don't know, what I wouldn't say is okay is like, let's say you were a known abuser or something, like, you know, and then that would matter to me.
I don't think those change.
Those type of people.
Abusing does never change. They're gonna abuse you. They're gonna abuse the next girl. They're gonna abuse every single girl in their life.
A person that's a narcissist, for example, like they don't change. Like, to be realistic, like there's some people that eventually, like, they come to that conclusion later on in life, but those people have that mindset with them, like, for the longest, because they're just not, I wouldn't say they're just not good people.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what matters to me. But as long as you were somebody that, like, let's say in the past, you made a couple mistakes. I've made a couple mistakes. You made a couple mistakes, but you've changed and you're a better person now. Like, that's what matters to me.
Yeah.
As long as you apply that to me and
I agree.
Like, whatever, it's good.
So I do agree with you. I feel like you shouldn't really like based off when like someone did a couple years ago. However, I feel like knowing who I am and who I like, how I think or whatever, I feel like that will always be in the back of my head somehow, some way. But I do truly believe that people do change. However, it does take a long time to do that. And if you prove it to me, and I feel like if I never see what you used to do in your past or whatever, as like me, as a first-hand person, I feel like then that doesn't matter to me because what you show me is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I have doubts, then I'll for sure be questioning you 24/7 and be like, oh, but so-and-so did blah, blah, blah this a couple years ago. So I do truly believe that it matters who the person is and like if they truly have changed and what you see firsthand. Because even though you say like, oh, I see this and that, if you don't truly see it from like a second hand,
actions are different from words for sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
Actions is what matters. That's what matters.
I also think that a person's past does matter simply because if you see a future with them, I feel like at that point it does matter a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Like if you see them
long term, exactly.
Because you gotta weigh all the factors.
Exactly.
You really do. It's a long term
and it gets to the point where like, I see myself with this person.
Can you put up with this?
Can I put up with this?
Yes.
Can I settle with this?
Because if you can, then you can truly be alone. Like let's be honest, and you can be independent. So either you choose to be with someone or you choose to be alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But a lot of that, like I said, like what I was referring to as in like would be like, let's say like, I get it if you like slept with like half the town, I would probably feel icky about that or things like that. Like that's
Half the
kind of
615.
like what I'm getting at. Like that would matter to me. Like, or if you put your hands on a girl, if you abuse somebody, if you like sexually assaulted somebody, you know, that type of stuff is what matters to me. That doesn't go away to me in my book. But if it's something like, you know, you used to be a hothead, you used to be this, you used to do that, but you're different now, like that. That's what matters to me the most.
Yeah,
like,
but if that changes, then make that
if you show
the effort to
because they
make
could
that
also
change.
put on like a mask.
Yeah.
But that
'Cause
also
I feel like
comes,
that's how it is with most relationships. Well, whenever starting a relationship, I feel like they just put on this facade, this show, just to impress that person or just to draw that person
Or just
in.
for a short term. Just
And
to
then
get
boom,
you.
3 months in, that's when you really know the person.
Hey,
around
and
and
I
the
want to talk
colors.
about that 3-month rule.
Yeah,
that
that
3-month rule
It's
is
true.
crazy. It's true because right after 3 months, that's when
That's when you really know them.
Exactly. Oh my bad.
So, do you guys think that good girls or / good guys finish last? Like, you know, the actual good ones, like the good boys, the good girls. Like, do you think they finish last, or do you guys think like, you know?
So I feel like with that, a lot of it comes with like the way a person is. If a person's just too overly nice or too over generous, like they feel like a person, like everybody else around them is that way. A lot of times it's just like you want to see the good that you have within yourself and other people, and that's what you look for in people. So you stick around for as long as you do, hoping that they'll maybe even mature to be to your mature level, and they're not. So that's why a lot of times good people end, you know, getting hurt. And that's what I feel like that phrase refers to, because you're too overly good of a person to the point where I feel like you tolerate so much stuff that you shouldn't be tolerating. So a lot of it has to come with like the way that you value yourself.
Right.
Because if it's sad,
How much
because
respect you
how
have
much
for
respect you
yourself.
have for
Because
yourself.
if you have respect for yourself, you wouldn't be like dealing with a lot of that
you
stuff.
wouldn't. So with that comes, okay, I'm mature enough to understand that maybe this person isn't mature as I am, and maybe if I step away from this situation, I won't end up last. And I won't end up getting hurt. And I won't end up in this situation that I don't want to be in. But a lot of times, I feel like people get the phrase being comfortable and
they just
finding
stick around.
comfort.
They just stick around.
Confused, because when you stay with somebody for as long as you do, and you're like, okay, it's like you're familiar in a place where maybe you shouldn't even be at. Maybe it's time for you to just realize, okay, well, this person treats me like X, Y, and Z, and it's time for me to get up out of here and like leave them. Like that's where the mature part should come in. And a lot of times, like I for myself was in a place where in the past, like I stayed in a relationship that I was just comfortable in, but I didn't find comfort in it, if that makes sense. I wasn't myself in that relationship. I wasn't like my best version of myself either. And just sticking around with that person over time turns you into that person. And you don't realize it. You could be the best girl ever, and then you end up being a toxic person, even though you didn't mean to be like that.
When I hear the phrase "good guys in the blast," I feel like that's corny as hell. But as a girl, I do agree that girls, if you're too nice, you'll end up at the fucking bottom.
Yeah, they don't care.
With you, I feel like, okay, as me personally, I feel like I was always trying to be like the nice girl, like, oh no, like it's okay, like I'll do this, I'll do that, but I feel like as you grow up and you learn, like guys really don't care about that.
They
like,
rather have a bad girl.
You
Sorry,
could be the nicest girl in the world, wish them the best, and they'll be like, oh, like whatever.
They think you're
like,
boring.
Yeah, so you honestly, you gotta be a bitch. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're a bitch, you will get that guy to do whatever
you will have him
whatever,
on a leash,
whatever you
girl.
want.
You will have him on a leash.
You will have it on point for real. So, girls, don't be too nice.
Don't be a good
like
girl.
it's good to be
Well,
nice.
be a good girl.
Guys too.
Sorry, yeah. Don't. I said that wrong. Don't not be a good girl. Like but don't get walking over. Like don't let somebody walk over you.
And you can pick up fights for the littlest thing. It's okay. If they really want you, they'll like stick around and put up with you. Like it's okay. Like you think, like I feel like when you're a nice girl, you think that they will
Proceeds
never.
to say she wasn't toxic. Proceeds to say she was not toxic.
Is that considered
It's okay.
toxic, guys? Oh
She's
my
a
God.
little Lulu right now. It's okay.
But no, like guys, if you really do be like, oh, like I'm gonna do this for them, blah, blah, blah. But like if they really want you, they'll stick around for whatever you put up with. So that's why you need to be the biggest B-word in the world, because if they really wanted to, they will. Yeah. And that is the biggest thing I've 100% believe. So period.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, with my experience, well, I do believe.
Alexa was a good girl. Good girls do finish last.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys.
Okay.
A good girl.
Called her out.
We all were at some point.
We were,
Yeah.
And that's how you learn how to not.
And it takes a minute to
Honestly,
learn. It really does.
It does, cause like I feel like for the longest, my last real like relationship, long-term relationship, I've been good to that person, like really good to that person, super good to that person. And even after him, other people that I talked to or dated, I've been really good to them. And look what happened.
They choose someone else.
They
But hey,
choose
let
something.
me tell you something. Someone's going to appreciate that one day.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I don't ever regret being a good person to anybody.
Yeah,
I don't
that's one thing.
Yeah,
I
we're
would
always gonna think about you in the back of your head, no matter if they have,
exactly.
even
They're
if
gonna
they're
regret
married, they're still going to think
They're gonna
like, damn, I should have like treated her better.
I fumbled that girl.
And they're eventually gonna come back. They've all came back before.
They all came back.
I've
one
witnessed
time.
it literally.
Exactly.
And this is why I do in part believe that a lot of times they do end up blessed.
But when they do come back, don't let them in. Anyways,
but also a lot of times like that comes with a person, like a good person eventually with life and all the situations that they go through, they learn their self-value, and eventually they either apply it to their own life and they're like, all right, well, guess what? Nobody values me the way that I feel like I should be valued. Well, I'm gonna be single. You know, eventually when you do find a good person that does respect you and appreciates all the kind things that you do for them, you're gonna find that person.
Yeah.
And when you do, it's just like, all right, well, I didn't have to like be a certain way or be like toxic or be, you know, whatever, because somebody appreciated that in the long run.
Yeah.
You're going to find that person, because not everybody's fucked up in the head now. A lot of times, like I said, it's social media makes people believe like, yo, like I got to treat this person like shit for them to like believe, like, you know, believe I'm really about that. But no, like you meet a good person eventually through time. Like, so it's just.
Yeah. But I feel like, well, with my situation, I feel like it gets to the point where I'm just like, damn, will I ever find that person, you know?
Yeah.
But I know one day I will find that person.
Eventually. God put you in this
Of course.
yeah, world to be
And
with
you're
someone.
young too. So,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
you got.
young.
And we're in our 20s.
Yeah,
I'm
we're in our
sorry.
20s.
Let's
We're
be for
hungry,
real.
guys.
Let's be for real.
Yeah.
And
Right.
also to add really quick, sorry. It's not I'm not saying not to be good to the person, your partner. I'm not saying that either. However, you will know when to be a good person to the person who shows you the right things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
feel like you can be good to a person and they still treat you like shit. But you will know, and you will feel comfortable enough to be your true self and your true like nicest self, I
Yeah.
guess, when they make you feel like in that comfortable stage.
Just
For
don't let
real.
someone take advantage of you. is
Yeah,
basically what I'm
advantage.
saying.
Yeah, that's the
And
biggest
you're gonna
one.
be okay in life. You're straight.
Can a guy or a girl go to the club without their significant other? Like, for example, a group of girls, let's say like you're the only one in the relationship and everybody else is single and you guys go out. Or like your man is the only one in a relationship and all his friends are, you think?
Honestly, if you have like the same respect that I have for you and you have the same trust I have in you, like why worry if I'm out? I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know what I'm not supposed to be doing, you know? And like, I guess like a lot of guys, their perspective on that will be like, you know, you never know how men are in other places, which is valid because the way the world is now, like it's an evil place out there. Like people are really evil. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, if I can't go out, you know, have fun with my girls and you can't go out and have fun with your guys, like that's also like a trust factor.
Right.
Like you can't trust that I can't be out with my girls and have a good time and still be there and respect you. Like even though you're far away from me, you are, you know, it comes with like respect and the way that you know, you just trust your partner. It's just, you just have to have the respect for your partner when you're out. As long as you do that.
I think it just depends. Like for me personally, like I just feel like I wouldn't want my partner going out without me, and I wouldn't go out without my partner because I just like you said, you know how guys are. Like just me personally, like in a relationship, just to like avoid a lot of things that could happen, but like it depends also where we're going. Like if we're going to like low key bar or something, okay, like yeah, sure. But like if like the club, Diamante, like and stuff like that.
That's like more of like a secure factor. Like you want to feel like someone's there to protect you.
Exactly.
But a lot of times, like let's say we're all going out in a group of friends, like, you know, obviously a man coming up to us and like trying to, I don't know, kidnap us or something, like that's kind of a like, all right, what would we do in that situation? Going out with a group of friends is more safe than being by yourself.
Right. Yeah.
So as long as you're out with a good group of friends, my friends don't let me walk out of the club drunk by myself. Like that also comes with your friends and the people that you're hanging out with.
Friends, right.
I wouldn't go out with a group of friends that I know is gonna leave me drunk
to the curb,
sitting on the at the bar or wherever.
Right.
Like
Fake
it comes
ass.
with also the people that you're hanging out with.
Right.
And like a lot of times, like there's not good people there. You'll see people a lot of times at the club that sees their friend just on the middle of the dance floor making a fool out of themselves, and
like your friends
that's sad.
Just to
And
be
that's
drunk.
crazy. That's crazy to see, though.
And it's really sad.
Crazy.
And I've
I
heard
feel
stories.
So bad.
But yeah, to sum it up, I mean, I don't see an issue with that. As far as like me being like upset or whatever that I'm not out with you, like I feel like that comes with trust. Like if I can't go out and have fun with my girls, like you know, I don't want to feel like I'm there controlled. And it's not even a control thing either. I would just say it's like you can't even trust me to go out with my friends. Like that's the thing you need to work on.
Right.
Yeah.
Do y'all agree?
For sure.
I feel like it really does depend on the relationship you have, because in my ideal relationship, I feel like it's okay to go like it also depends on the guy's friends group too.
Right, just like
It
see
really
it
does.
in other
Because
guys'
if you know the
steps, too.
guy's friend group is like hoes and like you heard stuff about them, you're kind of like
You're skeptic.
like gonna be paranoid as hell for sure. But I feel like, for example, my group of friends, like if I go out with my girls, I know I'm not gonna be messing around with like a guy or whatever, you know. It's gonna be like a majority of girls, and we're gonna be dancing on girls, and like
and
that's
like
it.
for sure, a
And
guy
having
will
fun.
come up to you and like ask, and that just depends on you. What
And
you
that's where
want
the
to do.
respect
And that's where the
factor comes-
trust and the
yeah, and the
respect
respect
comes
comes
in
from.
for sure, because I feel like it depends on the person and how much trust you have on your partner, if they're willing to say no or like yes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from there, it's on you.
It really is. So I feel like in my ideal relationship, I would say it's okay for them to go, but it just depends on the trust that you have and how much foundation you have built in a relationship for sure.
For me, same thing with Rosie, kind of. Okay, so for me, it depends on the group of friends they have, because I feel like the group of friends they have has a big influence on the person.
Like if they're always talking about girls,
If they're always talking
stuff
about
like
girls, you know, messing around with girls,
or like let's
doing
pull this
with
girl.
girls.
Damn, I just pulled this girl at the club, bro. No way.
Exactly. I feel like that's when I'm like,
My PTSD is coming through.
Are you getting PTSD? I'm not liking it.
yeah,
Sorry.
I'm just gonna be like, look, bro, I
Had a good time with you. I'm here for a
Stay
good
single
time,
at
not
this
a long
point.
time. Goodbye.
Literally.
Yeah, no.
What Drake
Okay.
said,
Bye.
I'm here for a good time, not a long
Long
time.
exactly. So it really depends on the group of friends that he's around with, because like I said, their friends have a big influence on him. I mean, at the same time, like I should have trust on that person, but at the end of the day, let's be real, bro. Like friends do play a big role
Hell yeah.
on the decisions that they make.
Hell yeah.
So
It's influence.
depends on who they're around with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But I don't go out sleep.
That's valid.
That's valid. I really don't even go out, but whatever.
So, can you be friends with an ex while in a new relationship?
Me personally, I don't talk to any of my exes. I don't communicate with any of them.
Do you think you could ever be friends with any of your exes at all?
No.
No.
None of the people that I was ever in a serious relationship with, because like, I mean, I'm talking about like grown relationships where we've been older. No, I don't think so. A lot of it too has to do with like, I know there's people that eventually like they're more mature about that stuff, and you're
Right.
like, well, like, you know, they played a huge role in my life and stuff like that. Like, I understand that, and it's valid for you.
But not for me.
For me, that's why redig the past. Like
Right.
that's basically what it is.
Period.
Like, why are you still here? This is a new chapter of my life. This is a new like evolution of myself and who I want to surround myself with. I don't want to surround myself with somebody I used to be with,
Yeah, it's
and
kinda
someone I
weird.
used to like have issues with, and somebody that I like thought I was gonna end up with my like naive mind, but.
Yeah, sorry,
Like,
that's
no.
mad weird. I wouldn't even let
So,
my
yeah.
my dude do that. Like if he had a ex, I wouldn't
Yeah.
want you to be friends with your ex.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
To me, it doesn't matter like how I ended with you or not. Like to me, that's just my sense of respect. That's
Yeah.
the respect that I respect my boyfriend like that, and I know he respect me in the same sense. Because I mean, in the relationship we're in now, like we don't communicate with any of our exes. We don't talk to none of them, and you know, it's good that it's that way, because you mean you're on to better. You're doing better.
Yeah, that's good.
New chapter.
For me, I feel like once you're an ex, you exited my life. You know what I'm saying?
Exit your life, never
But
coming
like
back.
to add to you, like you know how some people be saying that corny shit, how like, oh, they were a big impact in my life. I don't
No.
care if they were a big impact. Guess what? That was like what, a year ago,
Yeah.
2 years ago. I don't care the time frame. It could be a month ago. Guess
Yeah.
what? They're in the past.
If they
so you better
impacted your
leave
life
them
so
back.
much, right?
Exactly.
Y'all would have stumbled together.
And like you said too, I feel like once you end something, it's not no hard feelings either too. Like I'm not gonna hold no grudges. It's like, okay, that was years
Yeah.
ago. But at the same time, why go back in the past?
Like-
Life is all about moving forward
Yeah.
and like looking at new things, new perspectives, new stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, why even think about like, oh,
Yeah.
let me rekindle with my
Yeah.
ex and let's be friends. Let's make the happy world. Blah, blah, blah. No, who gives a fuck? Like,
Right.
okay, you guys ended. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
No
Leave
hard
it in the
feelings.
past. Don't open that
Don't
book
be
back up.
childish about it. Like, okay, y'all see each other, whatever. But like, don't be being like, oh, I have to be friends with them. No, you don't. You don't owe them anything. So just move on and then go on to the next. And yeah, that's
be happy with the person. It ended for a reason. Like it's done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do you
Done
feel
deal.
about that, Alexa?
Yeah, and you were at a different time
sorry.
page too.
Sorry.
no, you're good. You're
Sorry,
good.
I thought you were done.
No, you're good.
So
Anyways,
So, I mean, my personal experience, I tried to be friends with an ex. And as we all know, he was part of the
yeah.
But I really tried. At the end, it never worked because part of it is because of history too. You know, you'll always remember that person as your ex, not really as a friend.
Yeah, just the memories and
The
stuff.
memories
It just not
and
it.
like
Unless you
what
have amnesia, then it's okay.
Unless you have memory loss. But yeah.
No, yeah, but I feel like you can never be friends with the ex.
Right.
It
I
always
totally
ends-
agree.
Yeah, it always ends
That's a no.
terrible. I no.
Even
0
if you
out of
guys,
10.
even if you guys ended on like a healthy thing, I just feel like that's even better. Like if you guys ended healthy, if y'all both were mutual about it,
That's a
no
close
hard
chapter.
feelings, just like Rosie said. But I just feel like that's so disrespectful to like your new
Your
person
partner,
too. Also, that's
exactly.
just like no.
And also, I feel like
And I
you don't have to be friends. You can just be acquaintance. Just be
and I feel like that's
chill
where,
about it.
Yeah, and I feel like that's where if you and your ex are just cool with each other, I feel like that's where it should end there, and it shouldn't really proceed to anything else as friends or anything else.
Just keep it cordial, keep it moving.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's not something you need to redig up from the past.
Rekindle
You
or
don't need to
whatever,
redig that up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you break up with someone, is there like a rule, or like is it wrong for you to go with the person that they're beefing with? Not necessarily like that was your target, but like let's say you guys break up, right? And like in the long run, like, oh, you end up like falling in love with the person that they ended up beefing with or having problems with, or they yeah, like is that like wrong?
Was
like,
this aimed towards me? And the reason I say that is because okay, so the boyfriend that I had in high school, that man didn't like anybody that looked at me.
Yeah.
Nobody.
He had beef with everybody.
He had
One-sided
he had
beef.
one-sided
One-sided beef
That's
with
what he had.
everybody.
And that's not even to sit here and diss him, but he really hated my boyfriend that I have now. He just didn't like him because, to be fair, we were good friends. And the reason we weren't friends for like the period of time we weren't was because of how much he didn't like him. So me being the respectful girlfriend I didn't communicate with my boyfriend now. And it wasn't ever no like sneaky trying to text him or anything. It was always like very cordial. Like, you know, we didn't, if anything, my boyfriend now didn't reach out to me till like after, like months after we broken up. And eventually we had a friendship, and then we became, you know, a couple. But a lot of that was just like, it didn't intentionally mean to happen. You know, like I feel like our lives just crossed paths again. And that's just how it ended up happening. Because I feel like I don't know, like, you know how the people say, like, you end up meeting the person that you end up with and unexpectedly. Like, that's how it was with me. Because I ended up ending up with a person I had no intentions to getting with at the end. And just for it to work out perfectly the way it is now. But it wasn't like, I'm going to make this man mad, or I had that at the back of my head. No, like it just happened, and whatever happens in life, you're like, I just went with the flow. We ended up together. So
if he's meant for you, he's for you.
Yeah, it wasn't no like, I'm going to make him mad. No, that's really childish. I mean, that just makes it seem like I was holding on to that in the back of my head the whole time before getting with him. Like that was a plan. And it wasn't ever planned. It just happened. It fell into place. And I don't think it's anything that should be weird or looked weird at, because, I mean, that's just how life is.
Yeah.
Life happens.
So
I feel like it could go both ways for me. Because in a way, I could always have in the back of my head where I'm like, they did me dirty on purpose, you know? But at the same time, you really don't know, because it's not you in the situation. So you really can't say what really happened, because, for example, like you said you had your own experience where it was like, it's not what like I intended to, you know what I mean? But probably from the other person's perspective, they probably thought it was, you know? Yeah. So it all depends kind of like on who you are in the situation in a way. Yeah. But it's also very childish if you think like that. So I feel like as you grow older and you get more mature, you kind of like, because you really do realize people really do change. People really do grow in a way. Yeah. And it can be a year or two, but people do change, even smallest things or biggest things. So I feel like you shouldn't, things are changing, you really can't hold your grudge to what the past is. You know what I'm saying? Because that was like, 4 or 5 years ago maybe or whatever. Yeah. Now we're like in our 20s, and I'm just like, if you're thinking that way, then you're just
there's something wrong with
you. The high school. Yeah.
You're still in love with that man low key, you know? Like, no.
Exactly.
So you agree, like it's not... It's okay, right?
It's both. Yeah. There's just a weird balance.
If it was me, then I would be mad. Not gonna lie.
But like,
no.
Yeah.
No, because true. Actually, no. Because as years go on, you really do change. Sometimes you don't even recognize the person you were, a year or 2 years ago. You're like, who the fuck was that?
Okay, Alexa, so how do you feel about that?
So personally, me, I feel like if, let's say, the guy that he's beefing with or whatever treats you better, I feel like there's no problem to it.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about in the car. That's why it reminded me of you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I feel like if he treats you better, is a better boyfriend than your other ex. If he provides you for, like, the things that you need, I feel like there's no problem with it. Yeah. Unless that you're happy with him. I feel like that's the only thing that really matters. If you know that he's better for you in your life, like I said, overall it's better.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like personally I just feel like it's like a respect thing. Like if I sat there and like had a person like vent to me about that person, like fuck this person, like he did me dirty, he did this, he did that, like I really don't like. I just feel like there would be more people in the world. Like I wouldn't go to the person that you don't like because I know like deep down that would hurt me. You know what I mean? So like if my boyfriend felt some type of way about some guy and like we break up and he ends up trying to talk to me, I would just cut it off immediately. Like just done. Basically like it's dead to me.
But with that comes like, why did that person have beef with that person?
Right.
If that person didn't like that ex didn't like that person because what? Because of you? Because they couldn't be friends with you?
Yeah, it
like,
also just depends. Like
it depends on the situation.
If it's dumb or not.
Like,
if it's like a really serious
situation,
situation, you know, like if they went into it like real bad, like, you know, but
I understand the respect factor. Like you disrespected me.
That's true.
But if it's like, oh, I don't like him because you know he did this to you, like he tried to get on your line with
something childish.
He found you pretty. Like no, that's a you issue, and
that's you being insecure.
Yeah, so that's on you. So
all right, so how do y'all feel about girls going for guys that have girlfriends, like basically homewreckers?
So that's wrong. Like honestly, it shows a lot about how the person is overall. Like you see a lot of that now. It's really normalized. Like people also all over social media, like LOL, like I know like what yesterday was like National Boyfriend Day. You'll see girls be like LOL, but your man was on my line. Those are the same girls that
childish.
Once it's like
y'all are disgusting.
Once
I'm sorry.
Once his tables turn,
beef with all of y'all. I don't care.
Once his tables turn, you're like, oh yeah, they have the same ones that are like, oh well, since your man hit my line, like. It's just like the same girls that are like, yeah, your man hit my line, and like, you know, like mock other girls for that. It's really sad because
and I said this in my other podcast, like it's not a home to begin with if it was a wreck it. Like what? That doesn't mean anything.
Like why do you think like that? You
That's
know?
disgusting.
Distinguish
like
that.
You know,
yeah.
and like I said, a lot of it comes into play with the person that you're with as well, because if you let that happen, like okay, you're with the wrong person, you know. But girls, I think like that are really it's sad because it's like. They
try to fill the void with like, oh, let me see if he's with her, let me see if I can try to get with him. That means he likes me better and I'm a better person than her. No, you're really just insecure.
Yeah. And a lot of it comes with like, you want to one up this girl. Where's the competition? Like, you know,
there is no competition.
Like there's no competition. No one's competing with you. And if you end up, you know, fucking with the wrong girl, like you're going to fuck around and find out, you know? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times though, like, respectfully, like if that was like that were ever to happen to me, it would just be like me getting up and leaving because I feel like
you're not gonna deal with all that.
I'm not gonna do too much.
It's a lot
because if you can get with my man's, like okay, get with him.
You can have him.
That's your man now.
You can have him.
And at that point, it's not you got with my man. So
but guess what? He's gonna do the same thing to you, girl.
Yeah, and that's like
how you get him. You lose him how you get him.
You lose him how you get him. So it's just kind of like, all right, well, you did this. It's all right. Don't be surprised when it does it to you.
Exactly.
You know, that's how it happens.
Me, I feel like I like to think I'm a girls for girls or whatever.
Girl.
What is it called?
Girls.
Girl. Okay, so I'm a girly. I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm just kidding. No. But basically, like, I feel like if you're willing enough to do that to another girl, like, just imagine yourself in that shoes. I feel like that's very much what I do. Like, I think about it, if that was me, why would I do that to someone else? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the times that I've heard it happen, 9 times out of 10, the ugly girl, she's ugly. Like, let's be honest. Like, guys, it be the ugly girls who be doing that shit. Like,
yeah, literally.
They be so shady, and you wouldn't even think they would do that stuff. But it's just
insecurity.
Or they probably think they're prettier too, but really, it's just you're easy.
Exactly.
Like, you're easy access, and you keep it quiet. That's why they end up being side bitches for a long time.
Girls and the ugly girls who can't get no game and no action. That'd be like, I'm gonna.
There's 1,000 men. There's a billion.
Single men.
Very much.
Big ass number.
There's a lot of men in the world, and you want to choose a guy that has a girlfriend.
Sometimes even with kids and stuff like that, I'm just like, girl, you should know better.
Marriages, like, come on, they have families.
And like at the end of the day, I just feel like, what if that was me? And I just couldn't. I wouldn't want someone to do that to me.
Yeah, I would never.
Why would I want to do that to somebody?
But hey, listen to that though. Like, a lot of it comes with like them being envious of what you have.
Exactly. Yeah. They want to take it.
They want to take what you have. And that's why, like, keeping relationships so key too. Is just like, oh, yeah, I see this girl being treated this way and I want that.
Well,
you know?
Being low-key and being being low key, private / being a secret is completely different though. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like as far as putting your life out there and just, you know, telling everybody about everything, like, you know, sometimes people are really envious of what you have and they want that same thing.
You
So
can't brag too much.
They're gonna go after what you want, you know, like
He
and
is
what you
the
have.
ideal.
So they're gonna want the same thing. They're gonna homework.
For me, like Rosie said, I'm a girl's girl. I will tell the girl if they're
Oh yeah, Alexa, I've witnessed
I
this.
know
She
you
does.
have.
She will snitch on you. I will snitch on you.
There's
Everybody
one
will
thing
snitch on you.
about me. I will snitch on you, and I don't care the reaction. I don't care the outcome. I will let that girl know, because one thing is that I experienced it, and it feels like shit.
It hurts.
It hurts.
It makes you question yourself. It makes you even insecure.
Insecure too.
Yeah.
Why
For
would
what?
I want another girl feel the way that I felt?
Yeah.
Especially knowing that they've been like, this is how I think of it. Imagine if I never said anything and they proceed on getting engaged, getting married, having a family, knowing that that man was on my line trying to get with me or had to have something with me.
Yeah.
I would think about her future and knowing that I know something that she doesn't.
Yeah.
That's something that I don't want her to experience.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, like, I would always tell a girl what her man is doing. If he's, like, over here, you know, texting me, calling me, trying to get with me, all of that.
Yeah.
So...
But homewreckers,
And most
not a girl's
homeworkers
girl.
don't think like that. If
No,
you
they
really think
don't.
about it, they don't think
They
like
have a
that.
lot of
don't care.
maturity. They have a
Yeah.
long way to go to mature, because honestly, that just comes like how you respect yourself, how you love yourself,
Yep.
and you're insecure. The guy didn't get with you because you're prettier, babes. They got with you because you're easy, and the guy obviously like he's in the wrong too, but you're also in the wrong because you
You're
could
just
have.
an easy temptation.
Or let's say like the guy, let's say the girl didn't know he had a girlfriend, right? But then she continues to mess with him right after, even after she knew. You're also in the wrong, and you're also considered a homewrecker, because if you didn't tell her, then what? Like that just makes no sense. That's
It's facts.
yeah.
Yeah. So it just comes to like, you know, some people just don't value themselves. A lot of those girls don't have a lot of respect for
They
themselves.
don't.
So they just throw themselves at whatever they can get.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's sad because
it's a competition
like,
thing.
It's not about like, oh yeah. At the end it's always like, yeah, I took your man's. Well, he was never mine to begin with. If
He was
you
never
could take
mine
him
to
so
begin
easily,
with.
You know?
And that's their loss, that's not your loss. That's their loss.
That's their loss, because
That's
then
why you're both
you end
are
up with
ugly.
what are they gonna what are they gonna do? End up once again homewrecking?
Yeah.
Another relationship while
Times
they're in a
two.
relationship with you, then who ends up hurt?
But yeah,
The
like
other
you
guy,
get him how
know,
you
like you get him.
you lose him how you
lose
get
him,
him. Yeah, literally.
For sure.
You thought you did something? No. Or like in the back of their heads, I'm sure, because I've asked homewreckers this question before. I won't put no names out there, but I've asked them and like, why do you think it's okay? Like in the back of their heads, they're like, well, I mean, I can be the one that can change the guy. Maybe he won't do it. Maybe like she's missing something that I fill his void.
Yeah.
So maybe he's not gonna do it to me because I'm more fun or I'm like better, you know. So like they think that they literally think that they're better than the girl and that they're not gonna do that to that girl. Like
Sorry
the guy's
to
not
break
gonna
it to you. That's
Sorry
not
to
the
break it
case.
to you, honey. That's.
But
not
then the
okay.
crazy thing about that logic as well is like, all right, so while you were like he was entertaining you and he was with another girl,
You don't think he's gonna do that to you?
he couldn't have just up and left that girl because she was feeling a void that there was a void there that she didn't fill up, that you all of a sudden think, all right, well, I can fill that void for you. Like eventually, how would you know if in his life, unless you're in his mind, there's a void that needs to be filled there that the other girl did and you don't?
And
Like, what about that?
And for
You know
the
what I mean?
girls that have gotten home wrecked, like my advice to y'all, because I feel y'all, we all feel y'all, don't feel like they're better than you guys. Like, don't feel like the other girl is always better. It's never that. Like, and plus
It's
the
the
guy
opposite.
also, the guy is also insecure too. Like, he has something going on with himself. Like, he just feels
he
like
needs
he
to
needs
fix first.
He needs to feel like he needs other girls, and really, it's just that's just you need to drop him.
It's
Like,
the ego.
You
It's
just
the
need to
ego
drop
for sure.
him. It's the ego. He thought he did something. He thought that he could get any girl and stuff. It just no.
Yeah.
You need to drop him because they don't change. Sorry.
For sure.
So, yeah. Well, I guess this is the end of the video, guys. Like to wrap it up. My special guests, Dahlia, Rosie, and Alexa, thank you guys for being on my podcast. I really appreciate it. I will link their Instagrams down below, and I will link everything down below. But yeah, thanks for watching VaneAlright's podcast, episode 2. Bye.